Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jewel. We are going to continue on this little book set that we're working on. And today we're going to cover the box that the set came in. Last time we created one of these covers. I showed you how to, this is the one we made together, how to get this antique look of the book. These were just plain, this was just a brown book. And these books are not super old. They were from the 60s or 60s, I think, or 70s. And they all came in this box. And this was like a Webster's dictionary type set. And what I'm doing is I'm going to do the whole thing as a set of these little mini books in this box. Today we're going to cover the box, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do that. All right, let me move these aside. I have these books that will go in there eventually. I have decided to cover the outside of the box. I want it similar to the books. As I was peeling all the paper off, and I showed you what it looked like last time before I peeled the paper off, it did take off a fair amount of the cardboard. So I wanted to be a little bit more sturdy. So I did come in and took my bookbinding tape to all of the corners, inside, and out, to reinforce the corners of it. Now for the walls and the bottom, I'm going to be covering it with Kraft Tex. And I love to use this. It's a fabric paper, and I have it in the plain black color. Now, you can buy this washed and dried where it's more flexible, but I didn't. So I wanted it to be more flexible as when I covered the box. So what I did is I took it to soften it, a pure vegetable glycerin and some water, and mixed up like about 1 part water, or 2 parts, I'd say, 1 part glycerin to, I'd say, 4 parts water. So maybe even not that much. And I just paint that on, and I do actually have a whole video on softening cardstock and different things with the glycerin so it becomes more pliable. And then I rubbed it in to the black Kraft Tex. I decided on black as opposed to painting it black because I already had it in my stash. And I thought, well, that would save me 1 step of the 3-step process. But we are going to we're going to paint this piece today. So after I treated it with the vegetable glycerin, I just worked it in and crumbled it up, and it was still wet, and then I threw it in the dryer to dry it, and it came out much more pliable. So I was kind of playing with this piece that I had already painted to see, how well, and this is definitely going to wrap much better around the box. So that's going to be the outside of the box. And I have the embellishments. I'm going to put these aside. Actually, I have one more of these for the side. So I decided I want on the sides of each box to have this design, which is this floral, well, I don't know, I guess it's like a leafy, I don't know what you call it, filigree. So that's a die cut, and I did die cut 2 of these. They're kind of hooked up. And I went ahead and did do the painting on them ahead of time because we have too much painting to do today as it is. So I have those, and then I did I did 2 of these. I have another one around here somewhere, and I'm going to have to paint these. And this is the embossed piece that we will paint, and this will go on the inside, and this will go on the side of the box. So that's my idea. All right, so I went ahead and did a couple sheets with the different colors. Oh, I did have to iron this too, by the way, when it came out of the dryer. So I'm going to take a piece. I feel like we need a little bit more light here. Now that's almost too much. Let me put that like that. Okay. And I'm using Mars Black and Ivory. Well, Mars Black and Ivory for the first coat on here for dry brushing, and I'm going to do the exact same technique that I showed you the other day on what I did with the books. So let me sit down and we'll get started on covering this box. I'll see how far I can get. I'm just have a craft sheet here, and I'm simply going to mix my paint right on the craft sheet. That way I don't have to get out another. I just wipe it right off. It wipes off pretty easy. And I'm going to see the color that I get here. I might have to add a little bit more of the ivory. And I have some stenciling brushes over here. Any brush kind of works for dry brushing, but I have liked these, and this is the size I really like, but like a knucklehead, well, I think I got some of I might be able to use this. I didn't get, when I used the gold last time, I didn't get it in my water quick enough. So it kind of hardened up a little bit. I'm like, oh, I ruined another brush, which is pretty typical of me. So let me go ahead and mix this up and see what color we have here. I want like a grayish color for the first dry brushing, and then the second one will be the gold, because we're using a lot of golds in this, so it's like a antique gold color, and I just want this maybe a tad bit oh, I think I have too much there. Just a little bit lighter. Okay, I'm going to take this brush and dry it some, and then I'm just going to come in and, like we did the other day, and because there's some wrinkles in this, actually I want this bigger brush. There's some wrinkles in this. It's going to give it even a nicer texture. I don't know if you can see the wrinkles. So the high parts of the folds will pick up a little bit more of the color. And then I figured once I get this, I had too much paint there. Once I get this on the box, I'll probably want to come in and add a little bit more color, because I'll get to, especially like on the edges of the box where it would look more worn, where you pick the box up with the books on the corners. So that's what I'm thinking. So then we'll do the gray, and then we'll do the gold, and then we'll start to wrap the box. The inside of the box, I think I might do with like a marbled paper, but my printer is out of ink, and so I don't have a replacement. Until I can get out and get a replacement, it'll probably be a day. I'll probably get one tonight and then do the replacement tomorrow. So we've got that much on there. Now let's go ahead and do this piece. Just need a little bit more towel. I feel like I have a little bit too much on my... And we'll do this, and I don't know where the other one is. I have one more of these. I'll have to come back after I find it I'm looking around. Sometimes I drop things on the floor and roll over it with my chair and ruin it. Okay, so then we've got this, which, you know, makes it look a little bit more worn. And then I'm going to take this black paint off, and I'm going to come in with the gold and do the same thing. This is just exactly what we did on the book. Only with the book, I had to paint the black. And I actually didn't do a pure black. I did like a, I softened the black a bit. And I had a different color black. I had a softer black, and then I ran out of it. So then I had to try to, you know, do the color, make the color myself by mixing colors. So, you know what, let me get some of this paint off of here. I got a wet one here. I don't want to get rid of all of it because I have that other piece somewhere, but you know, I don't see it. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this just right up, so we don't have such a mess. I love these craft sheets because I can come back afterwards and get even more of the paint off. Right now I'm just going to go ahead and apply the gold. And I'm adding a little bit than I did on the books, just simply because I want that on the cover. Okay. And see where the crinkles are in the paper? It kind of pulled up a little bit more. And like I said, after we get this paper wrapped around it, I might add a little bit more, maybe a little more of the gray or a little bit more of the gold. Okay, just a little bit more on these raised areas. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of the gold and run down the sides and the top. It's subtle, but it'll make the piece pop a little bit. There, and across the bottom. Maybe a little bit more on this side. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, so let me put that back here to dry. Put my brushes in the water, and now we will see about gluing. I think I need to open a new glue. My glue's getting low. And normally what I do is when I get real low, I save them all, and then I will dump one into the other. I'll just let it sit upside down. And okay, so now I have my box, and I think I can go ahead and bring that light up so the glare. And I went ahead and measured this piece so we could, so I'm going to line up the side, and this is going to wrap around the bottom, and it should go to the very edge. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece on this side, and then when I get to the bottom, I'm only going to glue to about here, because what I want to do is when we wrap it is to tuck it underneath so I have a nice I don't want the seam coming over the top, so I want the seam to be, you know, under here like that, so it gives it a nice look. So actually I think I'm going to glue this part first and then work my way around the other way. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac because this is a fabric kind of, and like I said, I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because I want to be able to and the bottom I'm not so concerned about because that will be the bottom of the, all right, so we're right at the edge. Let me get in here. Oh, this is the bottom. Is that the bottom? This is the bottom of the box. This is the side of, this is the back of the box. We're on the back of the box because it goes this way. Let me just apply just a little bit pressure on the inside of the box to make sure that sticks. Okay, that's down pretty good. Now we'll wrap it around this way. And then I'll show you why I did the notches in the corners. Okay, now what I did here is I went ahead, here let me get this a little bit tighter, and I may just clip this, you know what, I want to, yeah, I make sure, see I didn't do it here and I should have. I'm going to lift this up a little bit so again I can get the pieces up and underneath. What I did is I just simply cut right here so this would fold down easily, and then we will be adding a piece right over top of here. So, and actually I might do that on the other side too. I might not even tuck it underneath. I might just put the piece right over it. Okay, so now that's down tight. It almost has like a leather feel when you treat it that way, you know, with the vegetable glycerin. Okay, now you know what I think I want to do? I want to cut a notch here too. So I'm just going in on the right in the corner there, so then I can just, the flap will fit better on the inside. So now I want to go ahead and glue this part right inside. It didn't really need to be this long. I could have shortened it a little bit, but that's okay because the inside's going to be covered with a like a marbled paper is what I'm thinking, like something along that lines. Now I do have my gold paper that I make the strips out of, where I got that idea from Climbey's Creations, and I believe, I know I did actually list where she showed us that technique. She basically painted and then got her gold strips for her books, and that's the like here. So, and here on this one. So I probably will be putting some of those on the side of the box as well. All right, so we have that much. And now I'm going to just cut this up on an angle like that, and then also on this side so we have less bulk and it's a better fit. So it's going to look like that. So basically a mitered corner, I guess you would call that. And then this I will glue right down and then pop on the inside. So let's glue this part down first. I'm kind of excited to see this whole set get put together. I mean, I bought this basically just for the guts of the book because it was a vintage book and I wanted the papers for the insides of my smaller books, for book pages. So then I looked at it, I thought, you know what, I can transform that set to be the coolest antique looking set, and that's what I'm going for. So I hope it comes out the way I'm seeing it come out in my mind. And if it doesn't, you know what? It was fun. I think I'm just going to take off a teeny bit here and pop that down. So yeah, that fits better there. I just don't want all of that bulk. And then this will tuck in. Still continuing to push the glue down to the cardboard. So we got the bottom and we have one side done. Now we need to do the other side, the other big sides, and then, wait, no, that's a side. What am I talking? This is the back. Yeah, it goes like this. This is the back, this is a side. Now we need to do the other side and then the top and the bottom of the box. And I might not show you the side, the bottom and the top. I can probably do that on my own, but we will, I want to show you how I cut this. So I'm thinking here how I did that. I kind of want this to slide underneath here. So how am I going to do that? So then it would need to slide under here. So it really kind of needs to go under here, okay, and then under there. So I'm going to need probably a 1/2 of an inch here. So I'm going to eyeball this. This is the way I do everything. So I'm just going to eyeball this, and we need it to slip over the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and eyeball this side as well. So actually I want it just a little bit longer. And let me cut this piece. It cuts beautifully right on a paper cutter. So all right, so then we have, this will wrap around here and this will wrap around here. Actually, this is a little bit too small. I think I'll use this piece. So I have a little bit more to work with. All right, so then I'm going to need a little extra for this side as well, so it can slip underneath there. It doesn't really need to slip underneath, does it? Because I'm going to be mitering the corners, and then I'm just going to put a whole piece right over top of there. So this should be fine here. So, but no, it's gonna have to, because I have to slip it underneath. See, you're watching me, you're watching the way my head works here. So I am going to lift this up right here, and this, and I'm thinking, you know what, I might just make a notch here. Let me see what I can do. I really want it to come up. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking I'm going to, no, it has to come up and over. Yep. So I need to rip this up right here and rip this up here. And then that's going to be the easiest way. Just like this. And then this will fit right over here, and then this will tuck around. Okay, so let's just go for it. So then I need to add glue here. We'll get there. And I want to have some to go over the side there. So then we'll secure this, and then I'll glue this right down to that. So let me start with this, and then I'll come in and glue that piece down. Then this will come over the side, and then I'll just have to cut a little piece off of there. That's how we'll do that. Okay, so let me glue down. Boy, this stuff is kind of heavy. It's a little bit more difficult to work with than paper. Okay, now let me put just a little bit of glue here. And we will get that down. I want it to look as neat as possible is my point, the box. And you know what, if it doesn't, if it's not gonna look good, I can come in with some nice trims for the corners. You know, there's no wrong way to do anything. This is all, you know, it's the first time I've really wrapped a box like this, you know, where I have a vision in mind and I want it to look neat and whatever. But if it doesn't, you know what? We'll fix that. I'll put some pretty trims around the corners. I need a wet one. Okay, now we're going to wrap this right around here. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to glue this down. And then this will come right onto the inside, and we'll have to do the same thing where I cut where I kind of notched the corners. Let me check my time. Oh, we're good. Let me see. 28 minutes, so want to put a little pressure on that. Okay, now let's work on, let's go ahead and work on this side real quick. So this is going to come right here like this. I'm going to go ahead and notch this corner here. So this will go right down in, and let's go ahead and do what we did on the other side. Cut this on an angle here, so then this will wrap in here pretty good, and then I have to do the same thing here. And just cut that on an angle. Then this will wrap right in here. And then this is going to wrap around here, and then we have excess here that we're going to have to cut off. So let's go ahead and cut that off right now. I'm just going to cut off this excess piece We don't need that. And then this, I can go ahead and miter that corner a little bit. So that will come like this, and then we will be covering that with, okay, so we're on this side. We have this piece here. And so I'm thinking, do I want to just cut that right off or fold it? I think I'm just going to cut it off, just like that. There we go. And that will tuck under, and then we have that. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and miter this corner. Cut that off. And then I can miter this corner or angle it. Okay, we're getting there. All right, let's go ahead and I still think I might put a little trim here. This is at the back, so I don't know. I think it might be okay. This is the top, this is the bottom, or vice versa, it doesn't matter. All right, let me go ahead and get this tucked right in here. And this side, we have an angle, yes. So let's go ahead and get this side in, and then we will glue down our side filigree if we have time. Okay. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and clip this to hold it while it dries. Okay, and we're going to glue down. I've got to re-glue down this little piece here, popped up. Whoops. That's okay, that'll get covered. And then glue this. So we've got this side and this side. And then glue this down, this flap. And then I will come back and cut the pieces to cover these sides. And then we just will pop this in and glue that down. So then all I have to do, boy, do I need a wet one. A baby wipe. My hands are so sticky from this glue. So then all we have to, we have this side we have to glue down. And then this will just tuck right down in there, and we'll glue with that on the inside. I have to come back and pick some of that glue off, a little excess glue. All right, let's see how this is all adhering. This looks pretty good. A little bit extra glue here that I'm gonna have to try to remove. I don't know, I may come in and do something on those. We'll see. We'll see when we get it all together, how it looks. Let me just get a baby wipe and get this off my hands. And then I think I'm gonna come in and add a little bit more gold to the edges, and I'll show you that real quick here. Let's get this piece down. Okay. Move my clip here and get this piece down. There we go. Let me get a couple little clips for the sides. clip there. And a clip here. I'll go back around and just make sure all of my glue, see, this was starting to come up. So now all I have to do is get pieces for each side. Okay, so we're gonna glue that. And I'm thinking probably, since there's going to be a seam here, there's just no way about it. So I think if I would have thought it all through, I would have done the sides first, or the top and the bottom first, and then the sides. But next time. All right, let's see. I want this to match up pretty good. I might, if there is a little bit of a gap, I may do some trims. Oops, it's not my pencil. That looks crooked. Let me try this one. All right, so I guess right there. And I'm wondering, right here. I'm wondering out loud. All right, let me cut these pieces. And then we'll probably just glue on this one side, and then we'll go ahead and get the gold in. All right, so there's this side. Actually, I'm not gonna glue it. Oh, you know what? Duh. I didn't make it big enough. It has to go over the edge. So I'm gonna cut that after. It needs to come up over the edge here. Okay, so I'll have to do that on both sides. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of gold and come in and maybe come around the edges here. So this will be the top. Come around the edges and just get a little bit more glue in there. Then this, I'm going to glue here on the side. And I'm going to clean up some of the glue. So I'm going to go and clean up a little bit of the glue on here. And then I'll probably come back. You know, I might go ahead and just put this, let me put it on this side. This side doesn't, this side's clean. Let me take these off. And we'll put that on the side. And then I'll put the other side on after. Okay, let's glue this on. Let me clean a little bit more of my glue off. And then take our little filigree, whatever you want to call it, and glue that right there, a little embellishment right on the inside. Now I'm thinking, do I want to add a little bit of these gold pieces? I'm just thinking if I want to use the gold pieces in the corners. I don't know. I have to think through this. So I do know I want this here, one of these on each side. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down now. And then we'll glue our little die cut on the inside. Okay, I gotta stand up for this so I can get it nice and centered. Looks pretty good. Okay, now we're just going to add this piece, and actually this is going to take me a bit to glue, so I will come back and show you this as it's finished. So all I'm going to do is get all my little glue on that, and then this is going to be glued right here, and I probably will go ahead and finish the sides, but I'll come back to show you the dry brushing and how I want to just add some more elements to it. Okay guys, so I hope you're enjoying this series. Please give me a thumbs up and comment if you could. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.